Hello and welcome to Dr. Naugare's Pharmacology. Today we will discuss about endocrine pharmacology, drugs used in endocrine related diseases or disorders. So after completing the present topic, the students are able to learn or to understand endocrine system. Student also aware about functions of endocrine gland and role of hormone in body physiology. So endocrine glands. So these are the different locations of gland in our body. The first endocrine gland or the main gland which control over endocrine system is hypothalamus. The second to the hypothalamus is pituitary gland. So pituitary gland is also called as master gland. In the neck there are two glands located, thyroid gland and parathyroid gland. Over the kidney there are adrenal glands. Near to the stomach, pancreas is located. So pancreas function as both type of glands, endocrine as well as exocrine gland. And last, ovaries in female and testes in male. These are called as gonads. So endocrine system, the body's slow chemical communication system, a set of glands that secrete hormone into the bloodstream. So this is endocrine system. So what are the principal functions of endocrine system? Endocrine system helps in maintenance of internal environment in the body. It maintains the optimum biochemical environment, that is called homeostasis. Integration and regulation of growth and development. And last function is endocrine system control, maintain and instigation of sexual reproduction including gametogenesis, coitus, fertilization, fetal growth and development, and nourishment of newborn babies. Hormones. What are hormones? A chemical release from living cell that travels some distance to target tissue to have a biological effect. It is called hormone. They are secreted in very small amount, transported usually through the blood circulation. Target cells have specific receptors that bind to the hormones. Hormones regulate cell reactions by affecting gene expression, often gene transcription factors. Hormones travels via the bloodstream towards the target cells. The endocrine system broadcasts its hormonal message to essentially all cells by secretion into blood and extracellular fluids. Like a radio broadcast, it required a receiver to get the message. In case of endocrine message, cell must bear a receptor for the hormone being broadcast in order to respond. Means in this case, target cell possess particular type of receptor for each and every type of hormones. That hormone supposed to bind on its target receptor to produce desired biological effect. A cell is a target due to specific receptor. So most hormones circulate in blood, coming in contact with essentially all cells. However, a given hormone usually affects only a limited number of cells, which are called target cell. A target cell responds to a hormone because it bears receptor for the hormone. So following figure demonstrate the presence of target receptors and action of hormone. So yellow colored cell possess a specific receptor for hormone A, while green colored cell possess specific receptor for hormone B. Based upon structural difference between hormone A and hormone B, their target site varies, whereas blue colored cell possess both type of receptors. So both the hormone, that is hormone A and hormone B, having ability to bind with B blue colored cell, as it possesses both kind of receptors. So starting with first gland, that is pituitary gland. It is called as master gland because it regulates all subordinate endocrine glands. So hypothalamus give message to pituitary, and through pituitary gland this message was broadcasted to different target gland. It is a cherry size endocrine gland. The hormones it secretes affect the growth and secretion of other endocrine glands. The real boss is hypothalamus, as we already discussed. Hypothalamus give message to pituitary, and depending upon that message, pituitary respond. So these are the hormones secreted from hypothalamus, and in response to that, pituitary gland secrete their desired hormone. So pituitary gland divide into two parts, that is anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary. Anterior pituitary gland is given in the below figure, while posterior pituitary hormone was discussed in top figure. Posterior pituitary hormone like ADH and OT, that is oxytocin, ADH antidiuretic hormone. Their target site is kidney, sweat gland and circulatory system. ADH role is maintenance of water balance. Second posterior pituitary hormone is OT, that is oxytocin. The target site of oxytocin is female reproductive system. The action of oxytocin on female reproductive system, as it triggers uterine contraction during childbirth. These are two posterior pituitary hormones. Next lobe, that is anterior pituitary, secrete different hormones in response to hypothalamic releasing hormone LH, that is luteinizing hormone, and FSH, follicle stimulating hormone, are secreted from anterior pituitary gland, act on reproductive system, and helps in the stimulation of production of sex hormone by the gonads. TSH, that is thyroid stimulating hormone, released from anterior pituitary, and its target gland is thyroid gland, where it stimulates release of thyroid hormone and regular biochemical metabolic process. Next hormone is PRL, that is prolactin. It acts on mammary gland to promote milk production. Next to prolactin, that is GH, growth hormone. The target site of growth hormone is liver, bones, and muscles, where it induces production of insulin like growth factors, stimulate body growth, and higher metabolic rate that helps in the growth, overall growth of the body. Next to growth hormone, ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormone, which are act on adrenal glands. The action of ACTH on adrenal gland, as it induces targets to produce glucocorticoids, which regulate metabolism and storage of glucose. So this figure determines different hypothalamic hormones, and in response to hypothalamic hormone, which hormones are secreted by pituitary gland and its effect on end organ. So relationship among hypothalamic releasing and inhibiting hormones. The anterior pituitary hormone controlled by hypothalamic hormone and their respective target organ or tissue. So after that we will discuss about certain conditions and various drugs that affect pituitary gland function. So in this case, these are the few conditions developed because of abnormal functioning of pituitary gland, specifically anterior pituitary gland. So condition may develop like dwarfism, acromegaly, and gigantism. So these are the different conditions developed because of inappropriate or abnormal function of pituitary gland. So drugs used in the treatment of dwarfism are somatrin, somatropin. Both are similar to endogenous growth hormones. They possess certain side effects like pain and redness at the site of injection. Acromegaly and gigantism are developed because of continuous secretion of growth hormone due to tumor production in pituitary gland or acromegaly is also called as pituitary gland tumor. Octreotide are certain drugs that helps in the relieving these conditions. It is synthetic drug similar to somatostatin. It inhibits release of growth hormone. Side effects are bradycardia, diarrhea, and stomach distress. So, posterior pituitary drugs. So, posterior pituitary hormones are oxytocin and antidiuretic hormones. So, role of oxytocin and antidiuretic hormone. Antidiuretic hormone used to treat diabetes insipidus like condition. Along with that, it is used in bedwetting condition, that is nocturnal enuresis. Along with that, ADH can cause vasoconstriction and increase blood pressure. Other name for antidiuretic hormone is vasopressin, desmopressin, or lypressin. The pressin stand for constriction effect, and vasoconstriction effect of ADH gives vasopressin as a identifying name. Thank you for watching this video. You can subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you.